Hey everyone, it's Village Chomp back at it with an Awaken Chaos Era video, and I'm just going to quickly go over the January 20th, 2022 update, and I'm actually going to go over the new character Okubi for you here live. I've not read any of what he does, but let's see what the new epic character actually does. So first off, we have the arena, increases point rewards from wins and win streaks, increase point loss from failed attacks and defense. Okay, this, well, will kind of shake up arena a little bit, at least placements, and whether or not you're, increasing rank or not. Improved notifications, Arcane Dungeon, Bounty Hunt, Kill Boss, and Hero Matrix request. Okay, this might be cool for those of you that are missing out on your party of 3s because no one's completing them. And then improve operation and hero banishment. Now scrolling will not select heroes by mistake. That's nice. That's happened to me a couple times. Just the inconvenience there. Let's see if there's anything else here. Fix the description of Foodie's ability. Nice. It was 50, not 20. People were kind of confused with that. Other than that, I think there's just a bunch of bug fixes. Now the golden XP for multi-cards is 20%. It looks like that might have been a bug. So that's weird. And fix the description on continuous trait. So just a bunch of like bug fixes. But what I really want to go over is the new character. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game here. Here is Okubi. Pretty cool looking character. It looks like he is in the Chrysis faction, like a little bit of goblin, totemic goblin. So real quickly off the base stats. His base stats look pretty bad, to be honest. But B-rated attack, A-rated HP, C defense, and A speed. The only thing I'm really looking at is the speed here. Really, really solid speed, to be honest. And the health is not bad. So let's go ahead and jump into the abilities here. First off, we have the trait Demonic Flora. So Demonic Flora inflicts an additional random stats down for 2 turns to the target of any ally's negative effect. Can only be triggered 2 times per round. So what does Demonic Flora do? It looks like it inflicts bleeding, ignite, or poison on all enemies for 2 turns at the end of their turn, and it damages all enemies upon their expiration. So it looks like it does a solid amount of damage after the bleeding and ignite or poison go off, which is interesting. And then it also inflicts random stats down. So the wording's a little bit weird here. Random stats down for 2 turns to the target of any ally's negative effect. Okay. And it will apply defense, attack, speed, crit rate, or crit damage, focus, or resistance down. Okay. So let's see here. So I'm going to go and read the Ascension effect here. Can only be triggered 3 times per round. So it just ups from 2 times per round to 3 times per round. So it looks like Demonic Flora gets applied, right? And then the trait, it gets applied from one of these abilities over here, and then it inflicts an additional random stats down. So it looks like it just applies additional random stats down on the trait, and we're going to go figure out what Demonic Flora means later. It's not actually applying off the trait, is what I'm reading here. Deals 100% damage to one enemy and applies resistance down for 2 turns. Cool. Pretty standard basic there. Deals 100% damage to an enemy, removes a positive effect, and applies no positive effects. Okay. Interesting. It's a 3-turn cooldown, 100% damage. This character doesn't look like a damage dealer so far, more of like a, debuffer in general. And then the ultimate deals 100% damage to all enemy and summons a Demonic Flora for 2 turns. Okay. So, inflicts bleeding, ignite, or poison on all enemies for 2 turns at the end of their turn. So I'm not quite sure how this will work in game. If it is how at the end of any enemy turn, they'll inflict bleeding, ignite, or poison on all enemies, this could be actually massive. It's a 3-turn cooldown. So it looks like perhaps, you could go 4 times and they could apply 4 poisons on everyone, which is super, super good. I'm just not quite sure, what exactly the wording on here is. I'm a little reluctant on providing like exactly what I think it does because the wording on this game can be a little confusing. But from what I'm reading here, it looks like it'll apply one of these 3 random debuffs at the end of each of the enemy turn, and then at the end of the expiration of these debuffs, it'll explode, dealing damages to all enemies. So this looks really, really interesting. At first glance, he doesn't really fit into anything that I know of, but we'll have to test him out. This is a very interesting character. Very, very weird, but very, very unique. So that's interesting to see. I'm really excited for this character. I'm really excited to see that they add character like this character in the game. But it looks like just a standard debuffer with a lot of potential. The problem I see with the Demonic Flora, though, is because it's bleeding, ignite, or poison, is a little awkward because bleeding is based on, or ignite is based on your attack. Bleeding is based on, like, I believe the enemy's attack or your attack. I'm not quite sure because it's a little weird on how it works in game. And then poison is based on the enemy max HP. So obviously these 3 debuffs have very, very vastly different outcomes, and the RNG aspect of this could make it really, really awful or really, really good, especially with the random stats down as well. So very interesting character. Really excited about this character. Let me know what you think about in the comments about this character. Pretty simple patch though, not really too exciting, just this one character and then some minor changes overall. So well, let me know what you think about the patch overall and this character, and I will see you for the next video.